still have time. What are you doing?
In this Halloween special, we're diving into the 10 scariest Shudder movies recommended by our audience. This list was inspired by audience feedback on our previous Shudder recommendations. If you haven't seen these films yet, I highly recommend them. You can't go wrong with any of them. And stick around until the end to catch the new releases coming to Shudder this October. Or, if you're looking for something more recent, check out Interview with the Devil and Oddity. Both are well received by audiences. I'll make a separate video on 2024 releases on Shudder soon. Before we get started, be sure to like the video and subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to share your favorite Shudder films in the comments. Anything for Jackson. At number 11, Anything for Jackson is one of my favorite films on Shudder. This 2020 horror film follows an elderly couple who kidnaps a pregnant woman in a desperate attempt to resurrect their deceased grandson. Their plan? A reverse exorcism to place his spirit into her unborn child. But things go horribly wrong, unleashing a wave of evil spirits that torment everyone involved.
Assuming you've seen some ghosts, huh?
No one has more time than a grieving family. We can do this. He's coming back to us.
If you love occult horror, you'll appreciate the slow build tension, eerie atmosphere, and scares that don't rely on cheap jump scares. For something creepy and different, Anything for Jackson is definitely worth a watch. Infested. Number 10. Infested is a French horror film released in 2024. It's quickly become a standout among creature feature horror movies, and many in our audience loved it. The story centers on Caleb, an outsider living in a crumbling apartment building in Paris. Things take a dark turn when he buys a rare, venomous spider, only for it to escape and trigger a deadly infestation.
Un truc qui tue aussi rapidement, c'est impossible, non?
With the building under quarantine, the residents are trapped as the rapidly reproducing spiders spread chaos. If you're comfortable watching with subtitles, Infested is definitely worth your time, making it one of the best horror films of 2024. The Taking of Deborah Logan. Number 9. The Taking of Deborah Logan is a horror film we've discussed many times in our videos, and for good reason. It's widely available, even on YouTube, and has received mostly positive feedback from our audience. Released in 2014, this found-footage horror blends supernatural elements with the disturbing reality of Alzheimer's disease. The story follows a PhD student and her crew as they document the life of Deborah Logan, an elderly woman suffering from the disease. As they record Deborah's daily life, they uncover something far more terrifying. Her mind is slipping, but something darker is taking over. Jill Larson delivers a haunting performance as Deborah, capturing her descent into madness in a way that is both eerie and heartbreaking. While the film includes some jump scares and familiar horror tropes, its unique atmosphere and blend of disease with the supernatural make it truly unforgettable. The Sadness. Number 8. The Sadness is an intense Taiwanese horror film that goes all out on gore and violence. The story unfolds in a world ravaged by a viral infection, transforming people into sadistic beings. Unlike traditional zombies, these characters retain their intelligence, with their violent urges heightened, making them even more menacing. While not quite as polished as South Korean hits like Train to Busan or I Saw the Devil, The Sadness still packs a punch with its bloody violence and disturbing scenes. It has a raw, gritty feel reminiscent of American horror films from the 70s. I believe this film will satisfy body horror fans, delivering a truly disturbing and graphic experience. When Evil Lurks. In In the last 2 years, I've seen a lot of horror films, but When Evil Lurks, a 2023 Shudder original, stands out to me for its well-balanced blend of gore and suspense. This groundbreaking Argentinian horror flick flips the script on traditional demonic possession tales. Instead of relying on familiar religious themes, it introduces a fresh concept where evil spreads like a virus. The story centers around brothers Pedro and Jaime, who stumble upon a man named Uriel in their rural town. Uriel is not just possessed, he's transformed into something called a rotten, a being linked to an unborn demon. With the authorities refusing to help and a mistake leading to the spread, it is up to the brothers to safeguard their family and also stop the demon.
¡Ojo, estuve con él! Esto va a ser un infierno.
When Evil Lurks will satisfy both the gore hounds and the cerebral. This hidden gem is going to earn a cult following. Horror fans have praised the film for its originality, stunning visuals, and intense storytelling, considering it one of the top horror films of 2023. The Dark and Wicked.
You're not out there.
The Dark and the Wicked is a 2020 creepy horror movie that will satisfy fans who love jump scares. Directed by Brian Bertino, the story takes place on a remote farmhouse where a dying father lies bedridden. His wife struggles to care for him, and things take a darker turn when their adult children, Louise and Michael, return home. They start to experience terrifying visions and nightmares and realize that something evil is taking over their family. They try to escape, but the evil follows them and makes them do unspeakable things.
I saw something.
She wasn't crazy.
Set in an isolated rural location, the film creates a deep sense of dread and tension with its dark cinematography and eerie soundscapes, evoking the unsettling atmosphere of horror classics like The Sixth Sense and Alien. Fans of psychological horror, especially films like The Babadook and Mama, will appreciate its focus on grief and family dynamics. Caveat.
You really made a mess of this.
Next on our list is the twisted atmospheric horror film Caveat, which follows Isaac, a drifter with memory loss, hired to babysit a psychologically troubled girl named Olga in a rundown house on an isolated island. The job requires Isaac to be chained in a harness that restricts him to certain parts of the house. The film builds tension through its haunting setting and minimal special effects, relying on silence and atmosphere rather than traditional horror tropes.
Do you think he's gonna let you leave here?
With a limited budget, creativity, and a clear vision, director Damian McCarthy masterfully captures an unsettling vibe, featuring unexpected twists and chilling characters that will leave you shivering. The Wailing and Noroy, The Curse. At number 4, we have 2 iconic Korean horror films on Shudder that many viewers love. 2016, The Wailing, and 2005, Noroy, The Curse. Set in a small rural village in South Korea, The Wailing follows a police officer investigating a series of mysterious deaths and violent incidents that begin to plague his community. The chaos seems tied to the arrival of a strange Japanese man, rumored to be linked to supernatural occurrences. Noroy. The Curse is a chilling found-footage horror film, following documentary filmmaker Masafumi Kobayashi as he uncovers disturbing paranormal events. Both films are legendary. If you haven't watched them yet, give them a try. Satanic Hispanic. Number 3, Satanic Hispanics, a horror anthology featuring 5 segments, each with a unique tone and style. The wraparound segment, The Traveler, follows a survivor of a police raid who recounts 4 tales of Latin American legends. These tales include a vampire who forgot to account for daylight saving time and a man who finds himself on the wrong side of a powerful witch.
You have no idea what is coming.
The film explores themes of magic, folklore, and the supernatural, showcasing the talents of a diverse cast of Latin actors and actresses. Satanic Hispanics is one of the best horror comedies in recent times. The cinematography, performances, and direction are amazing. It's likely to become a cult classic. Satan's Slaves. Number 2, Satan's Slaves, a remake of the 1982 Indonesian occult thriller directed by Joko Anwar. Set in 1981, it tells the story of Rini, a 22-year-old woman caring for her siblings after their mother, Mawarni, dies under mysterious circumstances. Soon after, supernatural forces start haunting the family, including the ghost of Mawarni and zombies from a nearby cemetery. Rini discovers that her mother, who was infertile for years, had joined a Satan-worshipping cult to have children. Now, as her youngest brother's 7th birthday nears, the cult returns to claim him. With its eerie visuals, suspenseful build-up, and demonic themes, this slow-burn horror delivers an intense, spine-chilling experience for fans of occult horror, drawing inspiration from classics like Rosemary's Baby. Terrified. Directed by Demian Rugna, the same director behind When Evil Lurks and Satanic Hispanics, Terrified is our final pick. The film is renowned for its relentless jump scares, unsettling atmosphere, and eerie sound design. The story takes place in a quiet Buenos Aires neighborhood, where strange and terrifying supernatural events begin to torment the residents. The plot centers around 3 homes plagued by paranormal activity, with each encounter more horrifying than the last.
Clara!
A group of paranormal investigators and local authorities try to understand and stop the mysterious entities, but their efforts only lead to more confusion and fear. Overall, Terrified is a fast-paced, chilling horror that leaves viewers haunted by its spooky imagery and intense scares. Let's now talk about the new horror releases on Shudder coming in October.
All right to be afraid. Have faith. He will protect his children.
If you enjoyed our picks for the best horror movies on Shudder, give us a thumbs up. Want even more movie recommendations? Check out the video description for links to our other content, and don't forget to subscribe for more great videos.